Yep, and microphones and chairs.
Microphones.
We're fancy. All right, guys, welcome to Geek'd in Shreveport 2023. This is your panel with Brandon Routh.
Yes, that is correct. Hello.
Now, you guys, you caught the briefing in the last panel, so we have to respect everything that's going on with the strike.
Thank you.
So I'm sure that you're okay with answering semi-personal questions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say no if I don't want to answer it. I won't answer it. So, you know.
So you fire away. So you know how it goes. I'm going to ask him 2 easy questions, and then it's time to turn it over to you guys. And it's always more fun if the crowd participates. That's what a panel is all about. All right. Brandon, first question is, what does it feel like to be in Shreveport right now at Geek'd?
This is wonderful. I'm having a great day. I love coming to see everybody who has nice things to say to me. Yeah, it's just a lovely place to be. Every convention, especially here. Today is the best, but every convention. Yeah.
Second question, how does it feel to be solidified for all time in pop culture?
Oh, I never thought of it that way. It's wow. Yeah, it's a great honor. Yeah, thank you. I guess that's true. It's a great honor to have represented the characters that I've been able to represent, and the messages that those characters represent is what I represent and work to represent in my life, and they often do it better than I do, and I'm learning from them. So it's a continual process of learning from these characters, and every character I play I learn something from, even the villains. I learn a lot about the villains, because, you know, everybody has a light and a dark side, and I think our denial of that in the current history of humanity puts us in a disadvantage. I think it's better to understand that each person is capable of good and bad things, always. It's just about so anyway. So I learn a lot from everyone, and I'm honored to have represented the characters I've been able to represent.
Awesome. I accept that answer.
I would go further, but sometimes I tend to go.
All right, guys, this is your chance. I see some people popping up already. Yes, you can form a line. That's how the people at the microphone will know how long to keep talking, is if there's people behind them or not.
All right. So, yeah, well, I guess with your free time, you know, between the strikes and everything else that's going on, you know, how do you like to wind down in between projects, right? Is it, you know, vegging out on the couch, watching TV? Is it a book, traveling, games? I mean, what's your ideal, like, let's say you had, I know it's a long time too, let's say you had 2 months off.
Oh,
you know, no responsibilities, nothing. How would you spend those 2 months?
Oh, I've had 2 months off.
That's a good question.
I mean, I've had 2 months off. Sometimes that's really, I don't want to have 2 months off. As an actor, sometimes you go a long time with time off, and it seems nice, but there's no money coming in. So, you know, that's part of the reason that these strikes exist, and that we're doing this is because everybody. I'm going to answer your question, sir. I'm going to meander a little bit. One of the challenges in any profession, but especially in this profession that I've chosen, is that, you know, jobs. Sometimes they come frequently, and sometimes there's a little bit of a desert experience that happens, and those are challenging times. Everybody's gone through some joblessness, I would imagine, in their lives, and it's not fun, and it's hard, especially when you have a family and you have bills. I have had that experience. It's when I was early on as an actor. So I'm reeling in the fish. So I'm remembering the story that so I got to get back to my fish, which is the point. They're good times and lean times. And so sometimes 2 months off is not fun. But if I had 2 months off and I knew I was going on to some fun project that I was going to go on to, that's the best. The best time to have time off is when you know you got something to look forward to, right? So let's say that's the scenario in the fantasy here. I would go, maybe I'd go to a beach. I've never done like a vacation on like a beachy place.
What?
Yeah, I've never been to Hawaii, and speaking of Hawaii, anyone, my heart and my love goes out to everyone
Yes, absolutely.
on the islands, and all that we can do to spread awareness and funds to them, and love. Aloha, I guess, is the thing. So yeah, I've never been to a beachy vacation. I don't take a lot of vacations. I travel a lot, but a vacation, I haven't really done like a vacation. We had vacations when I was little. We drove out to California I'm from Iowa, so my family, we took a road trip and took our Buick, I don't know, 85 Buick station wagon, like a tan station wagon, all the way out. I visited family in California, came back. But yeah, they're usually trips. They're usually like these, extended vacations in certain. Well, it's a vacation, but extended work time. Anyway, back to the point, Brandon. A beach vacation where I'm just sitting on the beach drinking a Mai Tai or something like that, and have no cares would be fun for a little bit. But then I'd probably go back to I like England a lot. I like going England, Scotland, Ireland. That's where a lot of my heritage is from, apparently. So says 23andMe. And so I like to go there and see castles and experience that kind of thing and eat fun foods. So I do that. Watch some entertainment that my loving family in the entertainment business has lovingly created for everyone, and even my enjoyment. So I'm upset that we're on strike in a way, because I want new content also, but I also want us and all my brothers and sisters and everyone to be able to live and do what they love and live happily. Not just me, but everyone in life. So we got to tell all those people at the top to not be so afraid that they don't have enough. Because, guys, everyone, you have enough. You have enough. So just let's all have fun and happiness, huh? It's all possible.
Right. Absolutely.
That was so that's what I would do on my 2-month vacation.
Look, listen. Listen, when we get back, you've got to send an email to the sponsor of the show, right? RPG Hire. You've got to send it, because I want to take him to the beach. Tell them that's what Uncle Nasty wants for Christmas, is I want to take Brandon to the beach.
But like an exotic beach.
Yeah, a nice one.
But not one with like a lot of big bitey bugs necessarily.
Yeah. Not like Corpus Christi or anything.
I was near Galveston, but I didn't get down there. I was too busy working it, and the water's not the best. Don't do it. It's warm water though, isn't it? In the Gulf, I've never experienced warm beach water, so that I look forward to. The Mediterranean, more like the Greece area.
Yeah.
Can they swing that? Do they
I want to see like the Nemo fish. Can we make that happen? Bet.
I've been to Australia. Is a wonderful place. But you know what? You know what's silly? Did I never go to I was by the beach a lot in Australia. Bondi Beach. I ate food at the place, icebergs there, and it looked like a lot of fun. But I was very busy filming a very big movie during that time, and I never did get to the beach.
Man,
just get Brandon.
Its personal responsibility level is like way up there. Question.
Okay, so out of the Arrowverse, besides your wife, who is the actor that you had the most fun working with, and do you still keep in contact with?
Good question. I like working with the actor named Nick Zano. He is my friend, and I had great joy working with him, and I look forward to the next opportunity we have to work together, because it was just so much fun. And also, because we're just talking about that. Yeah. So that would be my top choice in that arena.
Amazing answer.
Other
amazing
than
question.
the wonderful and amazing and beautiful Courtney Ford.
It's a good answer.
Thanks.
Yeah, okay, so I'm CJ. I'm from Shreveport.
I like your shirt.
Thank you, thank you. So, watching the sunrise over the Atlantic was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. What inspired you to want to be an actor?
This is also a good question.
I like this better because, all the answers for all the other questions that everyone likes to ask, which are worthy questions, have been answered many, many, many times. I try to make them different every time, but they're generally about the same, and they can be found. So these are more exciting questions, and offer a more unique response. What inspired me to become an actor? Was that the question? What inspired?
Whatever the story. Did you fall
Yeah.
into it? Did you strive for it? That.
Well, I came from a family of wonderful performers. My mom is a singer, a wonderful singer, and my dad is a drummer. And they met many years ago playing jazz in the Des Moines Jazz Band, big band, in the 70s. And so I grew up listening to jazz and big band jazz, the good jazz, the better jazz, in my opinion. So I played trumpet, I played piano, I can kind of sing, I can play bass a little bit because of another movie I did, and drums. Actually, I did learn some drumming from my dad. And I was in theater in high school, and swing choir, and show choir, and marching band, and all the bands, and all the things, and all the geeky, fun stuff that people make fun of you for, but is also the best part of life. So just go ahead and do it anyway. So I was in the performing arts family. I was in an artist family. I didn't really know it at the time, or I didn't recognize it that way. So I was always an artist, I guess. And as a kid from a small town in Iowa, population about 6,000 or 7,000, who knew that Jason Momoa was also there, playing soccer with him for many, many years. I was an opportunity, a door open to look into doing it basically I thought as a poor college student going to the University of Iowa. I was an English major, and I thought, I could make some money working for JCPenney or a local catalog or a commercial. But that turned into bigger things, obviously. And I think I knew I always wanted to share happiness and joy and that kind of thing, and be as I thought of as a kid, like a light or a role model. But a role model is like it's more than that, because role model is you have to feel like you have to be perfect to be a role model, oftentimes, and I'm not perfect. Just ask my son and my wife. But it's in recognizing that I'm not perfect that I've actually been able to become the better versions of myself, and accepting that I have flaws, and as I said earlier in the other question, that I have a light and a dark side, and we all do. And coming to terms with that has been very important for me in growth. So, fish, Brandon, fish. So I always knew I thought about being a role model. And this opportunity presented itself, and I really thought there's no way this could really happen. So it was like just a tiniest little thing up in my brain as a teenager, I guess. And then in college, when this opportunity came around, I was like, maybe this could happen. And my parents were incredibly supportive, and they didn't have the money to get me to do this like $4,000 trip to New York to go to this convention thing to meet agents and managers and stuff, but they believed in me and put it on a credit card, which they probably tried to pay off for a very long time, and then and it worked out. So I was very blessed in that way and grateful to them for that, and so it's that spark. It was just that spark of something. Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? And it is this. It's being here in this room talking to everybody about my life experience, and hopefully not, being able to go beyond the characters that I've represented and their messages, or add to and say that, they got these people that are larger than life. They're here, but they're also us. This is just because it's hard to look at a person and go that I can be like that, or we have to have something that's different from us to go that we can look at and go, oh, look at that power, and look, all that power, but he still helps these people. And I'm talking to everybody here, all the power, all you guys I'm looking at the camera, all these guys with the power. Hey, you got lots of power, and you're just messing it up, guys. Come on. What are you doing? You only live once. Why are you crushing people? Just do what all the superheroes that you put money into. You put it out into the world, but you can't see that you're the villain sometimes. You don't have to be the villain. It's not too late. And that's my message. And that is what inspired me to become an actor.
Okay.
Look, it may not be a Superman quote.
You can't quote that. It's too long. But
yeah, with great power comes great responsibility.
That's Spider-Man.
Somebody wise, some human who was very wise wrote that.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's true.
I have two questions.
All right.
They're kind of.
Hopefully we have time for them, because I tend to have long answers.
Yeah, the two questions were kind of pertaining to one particular film, Dylan Dog. The first question is, what was it like filming in New Orleans? And the second question is, do you think there will ever be a sequel to that? Because that was awesome.
Well, New Orleans is great. This is my first time in Shreveport. I'm having a wonderful time. And there's a lot of production here. So I'm sure someday I'll come back and work here in some project. But New Orleans was lovely. I had a wonderful time. Wonderful food, wonderful cruise. I got to work with one of my best friends, Sam Huntington, which is awesome. Anytime I get to work with him is great. Kevin Monroe was a fantastic director and had a lot of fun with him. You can't go wrong with the food. And Gil Adler, who's also a dear friend, produced that film. So I had a great time there, and I would love to be able to tell more of that story someday. And to that question, I always say, possibly. I would not say no, but it's that those things are not usually under my control. It usually has to do with money and things making enough money to be worthwhile to continue.
So basically nothing set in stone.
Is it ever? Yeah.
Real high.
Hi.
Would you mind sharing a little bit about your favorite part of your acting process?
My favorite part? That's a good question, too. I love these questions. Good job, everyone. My favorite part about my acting process, I mean, it's that it's now that I don't have a process.
It's hard to define, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, but there's no, I tried to define it. 2 degrees in acting. And that's great. But what I found in my non-degree acting career, which maybe took me a while to get to where I am now as 22, 3 years in the business, is that for me, no process is the process, or all processes are the process, because the most important thing for me is what's happening, right now, and that's a hard thing to do. People talk about being in the present moment and all these things and all these ways to get into. You can do all kinds of character study and know the history of of the character, and that is very important. Like understanding a character's motivation and all these kind of things are very important. But when it comes down to it, when you're actually in front of the camera, it's all that is great, but you can have all that. But if you have all that and you can't be there, then it's comes off false
Right.
in varying degrees. And I only recently have understood that in the last project that I worked on. It's, you know, things kind of coming to a culmination for me in my career over the last couple of months. And there's something special to me about not knowing, because then there's so much possibility, and I feel I'm able to be more alive and more free and not stuck in the choices that I thought I was going to make, or that I was going to do this, or the director's asking me to do this thing, but that's not what I was going to do. I was going to do this other thing, so then I close that off, but that could be a wonderful idea. So it's holding all that loosely, holding it loosely, and then just being able to work with the other, also with the other actors, is giving you and how they're responding to you. So
Cool. Thank
yeah.
you.
You're welcome.
Good question.
Okay, this is like a personal question. It's called odd. Okay, so do you have any favorite sports, and which position would you like to be very competitive, and why?
Do I have any which? What?
Favorite sport, and then what position would you like to be very competitive, and why?
Oh, sorry, a sport that I like?
Yeah,
What?
any sport.
Any sport that I like, and
Yeah, for sports, and which position you'd be very competitive if you are a competitor.
what position I would play?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
soccer.
In what sport? Yeah.
Oh, my favorite sport is to play is soccer. I grew up as a soccer player. I played all the sports mostly, but I love soccer. And when I was young, I was a striker or a forward. And then I got older, and then I broke my collarbone in my freshman year of high school. And I was out for a year. And when I came back, I became a midfielder, right midfield. And I like that a lot because you get to distribute the ball, and you kind of see the whole field. You can throw in, do corners, and you kind of become more of like a field captain, and I like that idea. But I like scoring goals. So, yeah.
Okay. Otherwise, my favorite club, Manchester United. Well, they lost. Yeah, Manchester United, they lost.
Oh, your team, Manchester United, yeah.
Yes, they beat by Tottenham 2-0.
I'm sorry.
I know.
You win some, you lose some, and then,
Yeah.
try again next
It's
season.
a work in progress.
It's a part of life.
That's
Sports are very interesting,
That's right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for the question.
brother.
Okay. Trying to figure out who you are.
Don't worry about it.
It's a mystery. Okay. Maybe we don't have to know.
Which character, if you can, did you enjoy playing the most? Superman or the Atom? Or what, if not, if you can't
Yeah.
answer that,
He can't be specific, no.
Yeah.
which character did you grow up enjoying?
That is a better
I was
question.
more aware of the first one that I played. But the funny thing is, there's so many similarities, having begun where I began in my career, which was an amazing place to begin. When I came to the next iteration of a superhero, I started to find similarities, so now to me they're kind of very similar in many ways. One is just the more human version, and one is the more alien version. But they're all the same, right? So sometimes you feel like an alien, but you're here, and sometimes you're here and you still don't feel like you're here. So it's all a journey of finding yourself, and the great thing about both of those characters is their internal engine. It's what I share, or I don't know if they share it, but it's what I bring to it. Because, as I said in the previous questions, the light, the just being here, being an entertainer, sharing knowledge that maybe is helpful, hopefully helpful, and if not, at least I'm smiling and not hopefully pissing you off. And if I piss you off and I'm smiling, then maybe that's on you. I don't know. I can't make everybody happy. But they both want to have everybody be happy and enjoy life, and that is a goal of mine, because all the things that divide us and separate us, they're just made up, you know? All these divisions, teams. I'm a fan of this team. I'm from this state. I'm this political party. I'm this. It's all just crap, guys. We're all just humans. I mean, you know, I'm a little hippie. And maybe that was California and Los Angeles, but I think it was always there because my dad's a hippie in disguise. And I just want everybody to give everybody else a hug and just realize that, well, in essence, everybody just wants to protect their family and be able to eat, watch movies, and go to the beach.
That's right, guys. That's right. In the words of Powerline from the Goofy movie, if we listen to each other's heart, we'll find we're never too far apart.
Yeah.
And maybe love is the reason why, for the first time ever, we're seeing it eye to eye.
Yes. See, it's there. Right there. See, they're making these projects. They're telling us it's all there. You know what? They're not making the projects. We artists are making the projects. Writers, producers, crew, animators, actors. We are the heartbeat of this industry, of all of this. You guys, we are doing it together. The fans, you support us. They're just the people up top controlling all the money. So we outnumber you.
By far.
And
by far.
And we're stubborn. And you're not going to win. You're not going to win. I don't want anybody suffering. I don't want families and to not be able to support their children and people to struggle for food who are working in this industry. But also, you can't keep pushing us down, because the silly thing is, you know, they're supposed to be smart, but you keep pushing it down, there's not going to be a product anymore. So it doesn't make sense to me. So, you know, rethink it. And, you know, what do I know? I'm just Brandon.
I've got a room full of people that, without a shadow of a doubt, would kick them in the shins for you.
Well, we don't need that. I mean, sometimes it takes that much, but you know, we don't have to resort to violence. It's
Listen,
just,
I'm gonna give you my number after this, because we're going to the beach and I do dirty deeds dirt cheap. You have a question?
Dunder Deep?
Hi. Okay, so I have two questions, but the first one's really quick.
Yes.
Vampires or werewolves, and which one would you rather play?
Vampires or werewolves?
And which one would you rather play?
I think I'm a werewolf guy.
Yay. Okay. Also, what was it like working with Matt Ryan?
Who?
Matt Ryan?
Oh,
Constantine?
Matt Ryan. He's a dreamboat. Matt's wonderful. He's a fantastic actor, and I loved the relationship that our two characters had. Sorry, I gotta speak directly into this. Those are some of my favorite days, because we were such contrasting characters, and so it made a lot of fun. And he's an incredible actor, and I look forward to working with him again someday in the future also.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your question.
What is your biggest achievement as an actor?
That, like, his personal opinion,
what
he
are
thinks?
your like greatest takeaways from having been an actor?
I mean, again, to be, you know, the ability to be in this room and to have this conversation with everyone and to really mean what I'm saying, and to feel comfortable to be able to speak my truth authentically, is all a culmination of the people I've met and worked with, the characters I've played, the opportunities I've had, the doors that I've been, that just kind of opened up for me. But then I've also been brave enough to walk through, even though they were scary at times. Just to be able to share and to entertain and to bring joy and levity to people is what I want to do. So it's that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
have my son here.
I love that answer.
Hi.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, buddy.
Whoa!
Hi, Leo.
Hi.
Leo James.
Thank you. Hi. I like the Goofy movie reference.
Yeah, he's a big fan.
Thank
Big
you,
fan
buddy.
of the Goofy
That's
movie.
my little boy's favorite movie.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Kind of random.
Okay.
Who besides me and Grandma, and everyone else that we came here with, who besides that, do you know anyone else here?
Well, I mean, like personally?
Yeah. Or from a movie, maybe.
I don't think I've met. We are. I mean, a few minutes ago. Like, how far are we going back? Like, have I met anybody here in other conventions? Who? Oh, yeah. Well, not in this room. Are we talking about in this room?
Yeah.
In this room. Oh, Pokemon!
Hey, Pikachu!
I wasn't in that, so I think it's okay to say I don't know.
We played the game.
Ooh, squirrel!
I think these are all my new friends.
Cool.
Yeah.
And also, by the way,
Yeah.
this is someone I met. It's really nice.
Yeah.
You actually let me go in front.
Yeah.
And so,
Very sweet.
Yeah.
Everybody. Very kind.
Very polite, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I do my
You are
best.
very polite.
Nice to meet you.
Well, nice to meet you too.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
Bye, Dad.
Love you.
See you later.
Bye.
That's why you should thank this young lady.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
you thank you.
I loved that just happened.
Yeah, I mean, that was like.
I'm just saying it has his
Hi again.
I have his autograph.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know.
So my question is, you've been in a couple music videos. Is there your favorite musical artist, a song that you would love to be in a music video for, or a band?
One of my favorite bands is Cake, and I did have the opportunity. Anybody Cake fans? Yeah, because I'm a little older. And they were more popular back then. And I actually got to meet them when I was in Australia filming a big movie. And
Nice.
did I meet them there? I saw them perform, and I met them in Los Angeles actually another time. Anyway, they're great, and they're fun, and they have funny music videos, so that would be fun. I'm also a big Foo Fighters fan.
Hey, yeah.
I served Dave Grohl a drink one time
Wow.
when I was still working at Lucky Strike in Los Angeles, and that was pretty cool. Crown Royal, and I like the Foo Fighters.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for
And
your
they make
question.
funny videos too.
Yeah.
Awesome videos.
You know, I was going to have an off-the-wall question to ask you, but I'm not because you mentioned Dave Grohl.
Oh.
Have you ever played with Dave Grohl? Any
No.
music with him?
No, I served him a drink when back in 2004.
Oh, okay. Last question I was going to ask you about.
Yeah.
Was he a good tipper or? No?
It was a private party, so it was already tipped. So I don't remember. I just say he did, and he didn't even have to because I was like, "Oh, it's Dave Grohl."
He better have.
I got the story. He tipped me in the story. I get to tell that it's in his music.
I'm glad you love a Goofy movie because I love that and the Extremely Goofy movie.
Yes.
So, what was your favorite cartoon series growing up when you were a kid?
So many. They're in that same family. A lot of stuff in that same family that movie comes from. And there was this young lady had a duck on her shirt earlier, and they would tell stories about those a lot. And that was one that I really liked.
Cool.
A lot.
If
many
you
others.
don't know what he's talking about, after this, you come by here and I'll whisper it into your ear.
Ooh.
Oh, thanks. And I can do Goofy too. Gorge, thanks for talking about my movie.
Nice.
Thanks.
Thank you for your
Thank
question,
you.
buddy. Last question, guys.
See the good in all things. I love your shirt, sir.
Thank you.
That is me.
As say, I'm genuinely kind of excited that I'm the last person to go
Yeah.
because I don't really have so much a question
Okay.
as much as a thank you for
Yes.
everything that you've
Thank you.
done and all
Yep.
the roles that you've played. And seeing you wear that T-shirt means like so much to everybody. I'm sure that struggles with any kind of labor struggles or any, if they're struggling to make ends meet, the fact that you and your group and SAG-AFTRA and the Writers Guild and everybody are striking right now means so much to everybody. And I just personally wanted to say thank you for that.
Thank you.
And I'm glad I'm the last one.
What's your name, sir?
Cooper.
Cooper. Thank you, Cooper.
Thank you
I
very
appreciate
much.
I appreciate hearing that, and I appreciate your question and your words. I come from I'm a strong union family. My mother is a teacher, but she's part of the teachers union. My dad was a laborer. He used to take asbestos out of buildings and stuff with my uncle, my dear uncle, and a carpenter. He's a musician, so the musicians union. And, it's tough because everybody wants to put other people up on pedestals. And they put people up on pedestals and say, well, you shouldn't be caring about that or fighting for that because you have all this. And that's just an assumption, okay? I know you. I'm not calling you out on this. This is people.
Oh, no, I get it.
Okay. It's made me very angry what we've done in this country and across the world in destroying unions. And it's all for capitalism. It's all for the people at the top who want more, as we've been talking about. And unions are us. There are very few people. I mean, if everybody could be you'd want to be in a union if you're not the people at the top, because we support each other. It's a family.
Yep.
It's a family system, and I guess they feel like they don't have a family. They don't care about their family. I don't know. They need more love. They need more hugs.
They're too
They need people to say
disconnected
that you're
from
okay
everything.
without all that money and that your castle and your yachts and all your stuff. You don't need it all. It's all right here. Like you said, see the good in all things. And that's the message I'm here to represent. I do it through acting. I do it through making people laugh and making people feel things. But I love doing this too, and just us all connecting in this room because, we only get to do this once as this version of us. So I want to have the best time and be with people and live in a world that I don't have to fight anybody. I don't want to. I mean, I want to watch the sports and stuff, and but we can do that and not hate each other.
Mm-hmm.
We can just compete without hating each other, and we can live without hating each other also. And so, in summary, I support unions. I hope if you don't, you consider supporting unions. And yes, some actors make a lot of money. Sometimes I've made decent money. And sometimes I don't, like I said, when I have that long stretch of not working, which has happened in my career. And so let's all just be nice to each other and go to the beach again in February. Thank you.
Round of applause, everybody. Round of applause. Y'all stand up.
Love to you all. Love to you all.